XconMedia.
Welcome to XconMedia. Appreciate you tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please give us a like, comment, and subscribe. We is just trying to get out the truck. That's all. That's all. What's going on with you, man? What's good with you? How you day? How your day? How your week been? Ooh, can't hear you. Audio.
Let me see here.
Okay, I heard so I hear something. Yeah, I hear something. Nah, I don't hear you. I don't hear you now. Still don't hear you. I don't hear you. Mic check, mic check. While he is getting his sound together, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in. Where every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, we try to just talk about a little news, have a little conversation about what's going on in the world around us in the United States of America and around the world. So we definitely appreciate you tuning in to the channel. What is going on with that sound? It's out of there. Woo, that sound is out of there. I don't know what you did. It had came in for a second and then it went out. Fire the audio and sound guy. Fire the audio and sound guy. Oh man, he got my man messed up over there, man. He got my man messed up over there. Mic check 1, 2. He might have to. Yeah, let me take him down right quick. He'll get back in. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, I can't hit your mic right there. Welcome to the channel. We appreciate you for coming in. Hope everybody is doing okay tonight. I definitely thank you for tuning into the station. We got 10 people live. If you are on Facebook or X, I cannot see your comments. You will have to come over to YouTube for me to be able to see your comments, because if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, I'm going to need you to slide on over to YouTube and we will be able to see your comments from there. Today, we are going to talk about first off, we're going to start with a little bit of Charleston White. Charleston White has been in the news, and we know all of the time this dude can become viral at any given time. He don't care what he say. He don't care what he affect. The people that he affect, he just don't care. Now, I've heard him say several times that, quite a few times, that he just be in character. He likes to create controversy. I'm gonna say this to people. Now, you got a lot of people that do not like this dude. They don't like what he say. They don't like what he stand for. I'm gonna give you some advice, people. Do not crash out about this guy. Do not crash out about this guy. He has told you time and time again, he will call the police on you if you mess with him. And he has every right, because he is a gun-toting individual. He got every right to defend himself. So you can mess around and lose your life running up on this dude because you're worrying about what he is saying out of his mouth. Like, do not let what people say out of their mouth trick you off the street. I promise you, had I had I had I lit some of the stuff that came out of people's mouth about me, had I lit that get to me or get up under my skin, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? And anger management is real, man. Like you got to really know how to avoid situations and everything, because I made it through 16 years in prison. A lot of people can't say that. A lot of people cannot say that. You know what I'm saying? I got a friend. Oh man, my boy, he passed away. Because just because you go into prison don't mean you coming out, man. My boy passed away. I don't even think he been gone a year yet. You know what I'm saying? And I just found out about 2 months ago that he passed away from a heart attack in prison. So just because you go into prison do not necessarily mean that you will come out. And a lot of times you will not come out as the same person that you went in. You know what I'm saying? So um I just encourage people to not to crash out about something that comes out of somebody's mouth, much less Charleston White. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna roll a clip, and I'm gonna roll a clip that I want to show. And this is what got the internet in the uproar right now. I think this is just a little short clip. This is what Charleston White said that has the internet in a uproar. Let's take a listen.
What the fuck is you talking about, nigga? Yeah, give a fuck about that, baby. All that dead ass nigga. Yeah, fuck the baby. You shouldn't say that. Fuck the baby. Now who go do something, nigga? I'm back toting gone now. Toting gone and smoking weed. Who go do something about it? I said fuck the baby. I said fuck Lil Ronnie. Now which one of you nigga go put your life on the line and come? What the fuck is you talking about, nigga? Yeah, give a fuck about that, baby. All that dead ass nigga. Yeah, fuck the baby. You shouldn't say that. Fuck the baby. Now who go?
Listen, people. It's one thing. See, here's the thing what we got to really change in the culture. And I know some of you, hey, I know some of you clowns be ready to crash out. You know what I'm saying? About what come out of somebody's mouth. Now, some of these guys, they don't care what they say, they don't care who they hurt, they don't care about nothing. They just saying stuff. You got people that just wake up just to say stuff. You know what I'm saying? So um listen, man, that tongue is something else, and it'll trick you off the street. You know what I'm saying? It'll trick you off the street, as in you can get some time, or you can go 6 feet under, for lack of a better terminology, man. This dude, we 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 have to stop accepting the fact that kids, old people, and women get dragged into the street life and the street beef and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't kids off limits? Why aren't the elderly off limits when it comes to being out here uh committing all these crimes and doing all this madness out here, man? Why is it? You know, Charleston White sat there and said that, man, and it's like, wow, like I understand that he got a First Amendment constitutional right to say what he want to say. I understand that. Um, and people, if you let this dude trick you off the street, that's on you. Make sure you living with the consequences, you know what I'm saying, of your actions. Because obviously he is chasing a dollar, and the only way he can get that dollar is by making himself viral. And I just hate that he is using um deceased people to try to get, to try to get his dollar. It's one thing to talk about the daddy, the rapper, you know what I'm saying? I don't know him, never heard of him. It's one thing to talk about him, but when you talk about an innocent 5-year-old child, that just touch a lot of people's nerves. And I'm not condoning this at all. However, this dude is very, very ignorant, and he don't care for his own life. So he don't care about yours. So I would advise any and everybody, think before you act. I tell people all the time, man, don't let a 2-second decision cost you the rest of your life. A 2-second decision can cost you the rest of your life. Let me say it for the people in the back, the people that don't hear me. A 2-second decision can cost you the rest of your life. I need you to let that sink into your soul. It took me all of 25 seconds to do the dumb shit that I did. 25 seconds to get in that trouble. And it took me 16 years to get out of it. And that was the blessing, because I could have died. I could have died in the commission of a crime. I went through a high-speed chase. I could have died in that. I could have died in the county jail. You know what I'm saying? I could have died at diagnosis. I could have died at any one of the state prisons. I've been North Georgia, Central Georgia, and South Georgia. I've been all over the state of Georgia in the course of 16 years, from 1998 to 2014. And at any given time, I could have lost my life behind a 25 to 30-second decision. It cost me 16 years, and I'm still paying to this day. You know what I'm saying? I'm still paying to this day. Once I got out, I was facing issues with getting certain jobs. Certain employers will see the background and wouldn't hire me. You know what I'm saying? It had became to the point where I had to say, you know what? I'm not putting it down on the application. You want to find out about my background? Do your check. If you don't find it, we slide. I'm working. And one employer, I think the longest job that I had while I was out here for 3 years before I became self-employed. I I had a choice of to go to 2 different trucking companies. One trucking company, they did their background check, found my criminal background. They declined to hire me, so I ended up at um the other job, which turned out, hey, at the time I didn't know it was the best decision, but it turned out to be the better decision. Like, God closed one door for me and the other one just opened wide. And that was the one that I was supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting in that company. I'm hitting all of the bonuses. I'm catching awards for uh being the top trainer in the Southeast. I caught awards for going to my school, recruiting people, bringing people into the company. And by the time they found out that I had a criminal background, I don't know who in 2 years in decided to do a criminal background check. But at this time, I'm already in here 2.5 years into to the job. So I had showed them that I was an asset. And that's what a lot of people got to realize. You know what I'm saying? Your chance is what you make of it. You know what I'm saying? And I will be writing a book. I'm in the process of writing a book. It's like 86% finished, and I'm gonna get my whole story from beginning to end out there. But I'm just waiting for one more thing. I'm just waiting for one more thing to unfold but that book possibly might be coming later this year or early next year sometime. What's going on, Q? We back.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Oh man, you fell off the face of the earth. You good?
Yeah, the devil is a
Wink
lie.
twice if you all right. You know what I'm saying?
The
If you in
devil
trouble,
is a
you know what
lie,
I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
we
Yeah,
back up and running, but yeah,
ain't nobody blocking
I
these blessings. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. So yeah, I was just talking about old Charleston White, man, and what he had said. I don't know if you heard what he had said, but uh I could run the video again for the people that just came in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's run that back because I kind of missed what's going on, but
Yeah,
it's been popping hard on social media for sure.
yeah. This
Yeah.
one oh Mr. White said right quick. I just want to catch your thoughts on it.
Holding on and smoking weed. Who gonna do something about it? I said, fuck the baby. I said, fuck Lil Ronnie. Now, which one of you niggas go put your life on the line and come? What the fuck is you talking about, nigga? Yeah, give a fuck about that baby. All that dead ass nigga. Yeah, fuck the baby. You shouldn't say that. Fuck the baby. Now, who gonna do something, nigga? I'm back toting gone now. Toting on and smoking weed. Who gonna do something about it? I said, fuck the baby. I said, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Uh,
So that's the it was a rapper and his 5-year-old daughter got gunned down at a car wash about a week or two ago.
yeah, man. True to character. True to character. Nothing surprising, shocking on that one. That's just what he is, what he's doing, how he's rolling. Obviously, on a human level, the most disrespectful thing that you could say to uh regarding the instance and regarding the man and his family and his loved ones. Prayers up for those individuals and the grief I'm sure that they're experiencing with the loss of their loved ones. But yeah, man, I mean, nothing surprising here. That's he said he stood on it. I think on our last show, or was that the show before last, we ran that clip where he said that he intentionally comes to be the bad guy. That is, that is how he's gotten the views up. He's getting packing out all the shows, how he's putting his mama in the house and everybody got cars and this and that and the third. So, that's just what he's on, man. But definitely wouldn't be something I would be out here doing, man. And karma's a bitch, man. So like I said, he better keep that gun close. That's all I feel about it. Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, see, if he get busted, it's on him because a lot of people ain't caught it, but he just self-snitched on himself.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. You might can have a gun, like
Uh,
like weed is legal and a gun is legal, but together they're illegal. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
no doubt.
So when you do your 4473 and all that and try to get a gun, you got to answer to whether or not you smoke drugs. That's what
Yeah,
Joe Biden's son went down for. He
yeah,
wasn't a
yeah,
convicted felon. He just they can prove that he was a dope smoker and he had a gun and they put them together.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So a lot of people don't understand that. So he really just put the feds on himself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people will
Mhm.
shoot themselves in the foot. You ain't got to do nothing to them. What you think about these people that be ready to crash out about what Charleston White talking about?
Yeah, it's too many folks out there, man. I mean, it's too many of them to name, man. And I like I said, that's how he chooses to live his life and how he chooses to create the name and the reputation for himself. Uh, and he don't give a damn. Like I believe him true to what he says. He does not give a damn about what anybody thinks about it. It is who he is, what he's gonna be. He is playing that role on the internet, and like I said, we'll see, man. But we'll see how this all plays out. But what I wanted to ask you was, what actually happened to that charge? Because I still haven't gotten the story on that one. That
Far as I know, he the case was dismissed. I don't know.
don't know.
Far as I know,
Still ain't
Charleston
no
White,
real
you talk
detail.
about the
Yeah,
case he just caught or had.
yeah, that case that we were talking about on the show. Yeah, what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
far as I know, it's been dismissed.
it's been dismissed.
Yeah, that's why
Okay,
he's saying he's back to toting pistols and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
he ready, he ready to crash out about it. And that man said he'll call the police on you. I believe him. I don't know why people be ready to die by this dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying out your way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you run up on me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got to play self-defense, man.
Yeah,
People got to stop getting off offense, man. I was just telling them why you was down, man.
mm-hmm.
A couple of seconds of decision can cost you the rest of your life, or take a lot of time out of your life. You know what I'm saying?
For
And
sure.
so my stupid mistake cost me. I think it was roughly about 25, 30 seconds or something like that, and it cost 16 years.
16 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
into
Yeah,
the
that's all it takes. Yeah.
14 years of the new millennium, I was incarcerated. I had to bring in the new millennium at D. Ray James State Prison in Folkestone, Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want people going down that road, man. It wasn't no fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said too,
Mm-hmm.
just because you go in, don't necessarily guarantee that you're gonna make it out.
That's
You
right.
might go in. That's not how you want to die. You don't want to die in prison.
That's
You got
right.
people ready to wake up. I'm talking about people that ain't going home, and it's the young life sentences. It's
Gotcha.
them cats that's fresh in there. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They waking up to see who they can make life a living hell. You know what I'm saying? And,
That's
and
right.
people out here that ain't never been in there don't understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me ask you another question as far as your time, man. And, I don't know how old Charleston White is, but, as far as doing time, man, you think it's better to do it on the front end, like when you in your 20s or 30s, if you're going to do a long bid? Or, I mean, I guess almost I'm answering that question. Or is it better, or does it even matter? Because I would think, man, the older you get, the less you would want to catch a case,
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness. Let me tell you something, man. None of it is good. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Uh-huh.
However, you go in when you young, you lose a lot of your life. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I had the choice, it would have been while I was young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't go in now. I'm 50. What I
Yeah.
look like going to prison right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We
For
we
sure.
we we used to, you know what I'm saying? We didn't live life a little bit now. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
done
No doubt.
experiences, then traveled. I got a family. You know what I'm saying? What I
Mm-hmm.
look like going in there in there now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah. Yo,
No.
the show is better when you young because you can clean up from them mistakes. You know what I'm saying? If you go in as an old man, you might lose everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You might not can't get it back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You don't have that time to rebuild what you lost either. You have,
Yeah,
just the law, numbers. You have less time to rebuild
yeah.
your life. So yeah. I definitely think the younger. So yeah, again, I would
It's
put.
bad losing your freedom and
Mm-hmm,
going in there and you haven't experienced life. That's
mm-hmm,
bad too. You know what I'm saying? Because you
yeah,
can give up I gave all my youth to prison. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. Well,
so
I feel you. Yeah, like you said, it's all bad either way. But yeah, definitely being older, man, seems just a tad bit worse than going in and getting it on out the way. If you're gonna do it, get it done while you're younger. Yeah, man. So what else did I miss, bro? Man, like I
oh,
said,
that's
I
what
never.
I was talking about. I'm just giving people a little bit of life experience. Just talking about Charleston White. I ain't talking about nothing else, but what you got another topic? What's the next
Oh
topic?
well, last time I was talking about the stock market is something. One of the things, I know you're on this mission to get out the truck, and I want to suggest to everybody, who might be in the truck right now. We talked about the stock market. We talked about,
Any job
your,
for that matter.
yeah, man. We talked about your 401ks, man. That, contributed into those, putting that money in while you're driving to make sure that when you leave, finally exit, you at least have something, something substantial in there. But but a part of that, man, is really understanding what's going on in your 401k accounts, retirement accounts, and understanding the stock market in general. So here recently, with the announcement of Trump's tariffs and stuff like that, the stock market has been crashing, has been pulling back quite a bit. And for a lot of people, it's been, kind of a scary moment to deal with because they're seeing their accounts draw down, pull back. In a lot of cases, they might be, negative on certain investments, depending on stocks that they invested in, depending on what price they got in on. But the thing that, what we were talking about last time is that when you really starting to understand the stock market, you can understand that you can make money on the way down. So you can, cover those losses. And in some cases, you can make more money on the way down than you can while this correction is being made. I won't say it's always better to have a stock market that's booming, a bull run, when it's going up green and to the right. But if it's going down red and to the right, you can still make money that way as well. And one of the things that I advise for many people to do that is understand how to do options trades and how to buy puts. So calls are when you place trades betting on a price to go up. Puts are when you're placing bets on a price of the stock to go down. And as it goes down, those stock prices go down, the more money you make. Example would be for a company that many people were aware of is Target. Target was having some problems. It has been having some problems for some time now, for a variety of reasons. Black folks have been boycotting. The Walmart is taking share. With these inflationary prices going on, things cost more. A lot of people who were shopping at, as they used to call it, Target, are starting to shop more at Walmart. So as Walmart stock was going up, Target stock was coming down. And so anyway, long story short, that was a perfect opportunity to buy puts going all the way down to make money when you kind of know that there's noise happening around us, that, these companies like that are in a tailspin. And so, that could be for a variety of different companies. When you hear that they're starting to have some troubles, look into, options trading, look into understanding how you can not only buy calls, but you can buy puts and make money on the price going down. So that's my word, brother.
Okay, all right, that's some good information.
Yeah, for sure.
Every time I talk to you, boy, I learn something about that stock market. I'm gonna get into it. What you think about while we on the topic of stocks? What you think about penny stocks and all that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it could be. You can make. There's a lot of ways to make money. I ain't gonna even lie, man. And really, when you're dealing with, you know, when you're dealing with accounts, we'll say 10 grand or less, 5 grand or less in that money range. You might want to look at the stocks that trade at $10 or less, because there are some buy opportunities there. There's some way that you can grow your account. um Obviously there's some stocks that are way overpriced, even for me and a lot of what they would call retail investors, that you just doesn't make sense for you to touch or get involved in. But yeah, man, I don't have any problems. Just do your research, man, and play and pay a close attention to daily stock trading volume, and you'll figure out ways to make money. But also there's some content creators that I would suggest that you follow and really try to game up, absorbing as much free content as you can. I love YouTube as a source for free content. I have a guy that I follow. His name is Invest with Henry. He's good, man. He is a former trader at Goldman Sachs on Wall Street. So he brings a lot of that inside trading experience that he got working for them, and he just puts people on game as far as understanding, things to look for in the stock market. So I've learned a lot from him, learned a lot from Wall Street Trapper. Big shout out, salute to him. There's a lot of content creators. I would say just start watching them all, start absorbing all that free content, and then put you some money together, 5, 10K, and then just start, taking some shots in the market, man. You're gonna lose, but you'll find ways, man. You'll learn lessons from those losses. But and don't bet the whole house on it on one single thing, in my opinion. But as you gain better understanding, you'll understand how to chalk up more dubs than L's, and you'll figure out a way, man, to make additional money to pay bills, or just understand how you're going to make additional money to put away for things like retirement, or just having a rainy day fund, some savings. Just figuring out ways. It's the best way to grow your money passively than any other thing. Think about it. You put money in, you can do it from your phone, you can do it from your computer. There's, you don't need an LLC, you don't need a website, you don't need a logo, you don't need to have clients or customers, you don't have to have nothing but some money and some understanding. And it is literally one of the best ways to make money grow out there, right from home. Yeah, in my humble opinion.
I can dig it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, because I mean, with the uncertainty of the economy, people got to really understand. And the biggest takeaway from prison that I can say that I had was the fact that you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff is not going like people thought it would under this administration, but a lot of people losing their jobs and everything. Listen, pick up the pieces and do something else with your life, because you falling apart is not gonna help nothing. You pouting about what's going on in that White House, it ain't gonna help nothing. You know what I'm saying? And from prison life that anything can change at any given time on
Yeah.
any day. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like if Harris would have made it in the office, it'd be a different set of stuff to be worrying about. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a different set of stuff to be worrying about. A whole nother demographic of people would have to be making adjustments. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, what's going on in the White House should very much push you to become a business owner and a boss. You know what I'm saying? And just figure some stuff out the way you ain't got to worry about what's going on. Okay, somebody come in there and do something you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Because long as you have a boss, you're going to have to answer to somebody. I mean, I heard Dame Dash say some stuff a couple years ago. I was like, dang, boy, he right. You know what I'm saying? He was right, man.
Yeah.
So I just encourage people to, hey, feel how you feel, but don't fall apart, man. You got to pick up the pieces and do something else. Hey, the stock market might be one of those options for you to take to try to change your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that's real facts, man. You really talking that, because there are people, man, who go through some of the most horrific things in life. That's a lot what my channel's about, from setbacks to success, man. I mean, there's people who, just experience some unbelievable tragedies in life, man. Incarceration being one of them. But even through incarceration, people like yourself, man, who've done some of the longer bids. I mean, you and in a lot of ways, man, you counted out, written off, forgotten about, and you come back, man, and you just realize in a lot of ways you starting from scratch. You'd be fortunate if you got some support out there. But even with not having any support, man, there are people, man, who figure out a way, man, to get their lives back, man, and succeed. So there's no excuses, man. There's no excuses for anyone. And in a lot of these cases, man, unfortunately, man, people are just being hit with the shock of it all, because they thought that they were going to just be able to ride things out in a very comfortable fashion. And a lot of there's in some cases, man, there's a lot of complacency and laziness that can develop. And I'm not trying to be condescending on people, who have, cushiony jobs. They work 9 to 5. They don't really do much of anything at work, making 6-figure salaries. There are people out there who, had these type of jobs, and they were just very comfortable in a lot of regards. But that's not how entrepreneurs have to live. That's not how people who are formerly incarcerated, who are really trying to get their lives back, they're out here grinding. Like for me, man, I literally spend 12, and that's how I had to do in trucking. I mean, we're working, driving, we're doing 14-hour shifts most days, 5 hours, 5 days a week, 70-hour work weeks. I mean, you have to learn how to love to work, and work long hours and be consistent in working in those long hours as well. So, and then being an entrepreneur, you got to be able to see opportunities where there ain't none. You got to be able to create some shit where don't know shit really exists. And that's what that's the drive and the hustle that a lot of us who are coming back from nothing and having lost everything, that's just what we insert in our DNA. That's our blueprint from getting back. We're gonna literally outwork everybody that we know, and to get back on track. So that's my bad for going all in like that, but yeah, man, that's
good.
yeah.
The truth, man, because that what people don't understand. That's what a lot of employers that pass up on, and I get it. I understand a lot of everybody that go into prison and come out don't be the same way. We are all not the same. I have done time with so many cats that's back in the joint. A lot of them had life sentences. One of them was on first 48. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people don't want it. And again, the last thing that I heard, Pamela Wiggins, I'm looking for you, because I'm gonna thank you one day for what you said. The last thing that I heard and stuck with me is she said, and it wasn't to me, it was to the class, because she was having to send people back to prison. Like, they didn't want to be in the halfway house. They was coming in, getting on dope, doing all kind of stuff when they get let out. Man, I was going to work, coming back. I had the same job the last 10 months I was in there. Out the whole time I was in there, I kept one job, which was very hard to do. But the last thing she said was, I can't want it for you worse than you want it for yourself. Some of these people out here don't want it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some of these people do not want it. They just don't want it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't want it.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. And but there's a lot that you gotta go through too, man, to get to that point, because I was messed up when I got out, man. I was very messed up. I went from being ecstatic about being out, seeing some grass and some trees for the first time. People like, damn, man, you like I literally, when I left prison, man, and got in the van to go to the halfway house. Brother from the halfway house was driving me. He was, he was recently released as well. And we drove by, man, and I saw a tree and some grass, man. I got all choked up and emotional. He and I'm just like, man, damn, bro, man, I don't even know where this is coming from. But for a lot of people, they don't understand it. But it was just like, man, I hadn't seen grass, man, in 5 years. You know what I mean? I hadn't seen a tree in 5 years, and like, damn, I had forgotten they existed almost, man. I was, And so, you know, bro, man, saw me kind of getting choked up. I was like, man, I don't even know where this is coming from about no damn tree. He was like, man, I get it, bro. I get it, you know. But there's just a lot that you go through, man, emotionally, man, you know, because you're dealing with all that prison shit you gotta, you know, kind of detox from, you know. Just being on prison time. Folks don't all understand a lot of that, you know. And again, man, you know, it varies. You know, I know for me, social media was something I just didn't want to check into initially, man. I didn't really want to see everybody floxing and flexing. It just wasn't. I checked into it once and it just was doing something wrong with me psychologically. So I just stayed off of that for a while until I felt I was in a position to be comfortable with it, where I could, you know, not have those things that I had with it. So, you know, just it's tons, man, that you got to adjust to. But, you know, if you about that thing, man, you about, you know, collecting more dubs than L's in incarceration, federal prison, state prison, they L's, man. You know,
Yes, sir.
that felony is
But
an L.
however,
Yeah.
a L is not a loss. A L is a lesson. You can turn your life around. You know, I'm a redo my video. Give me a couple of months. I'm working on something, but I'm gonna redo my video about how to get a pardon. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I went in, did this 16 years, came out, you know what I'm saying? 6 years later, got a full pardon from the state of Georgia. Like a lot of people, a lot of these offenders don't realize, hey, just because you committed a crime, most crimes, I would say, you know, probably, you know, 98% of the crimes that you commit, you can come out and be a productive member of society, but it's all on you. You know what I'm saying? So 6 years after I came home, I got a full pardon from the state of Georgia. And you know, a lot of people don't realize you can get your gun rights back. You can vote. You can run for office. You can do everything. You know what I'm saying? You can get your record cleared. You can get record restrictions, expungements. You can do all that. You know what I'm saying? But it's on the individual. You know what I'm saying? You cannot get out here and make impulsive, boneheaded decisions and expect to be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because once you come out for, that's what the second chances are all about. You know what I'm saying? It's what you do with your second chance. I made a determination when I was on that bus leaving state prison going from the halfway house. I made a determination. I'm not going back to prison.
You just knew you was set dead set. You was not gonna let
I'm not going
anything.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let nobody trick me off the street. You know what I'm saying? If I had to take somebody down, it's because it was self-defense. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that's the bottom line. I'm never gonna let somebody get me mad enough to send you to hell. You
Yeah.
can't do it. You can't possibly do it. It'll only be for self-defense purposes. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of mindset that people got to realize, man. If it ain't affecting you, if it ain't affecting your family, your kids, your mom, your dad, or whatever, man, live to see another day.
Yeah. Yes.
It's that simple. Just live to see another day.
So how much paper
Yeah.
did you have when you got out?
None.
Okay. You didn't have to
None.
worry about all
I
that.
walked
Okay.
out, it was over with. It was
Yeah.
Rap City when I came out. Yeah.
Hypothetically, if you had paper, how would you have moved any different than you did, and if so, like how, like what would
Well,
you,
after
or like what would you give what advice would you give to people who are out here on paper on how to move?
stay off the drugs, stay away
Yeah.
from alcohol, don't hang around no ex-offenders. You got to change, like you on paper, you got to move different. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you got to realize that one little bitty thing that you do can send you back to prison. You gone back. And
Yeah.
sometimes they want to send you back for 2 or 3 years at a time. You know what I'm saying? Don't let you add 10 years. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna send you back for 2 years. You get out, you might get sent back again. You know what I'm saying? Stop failing these drug tests. Like folk be really getting out. I don't understand what the fascination with drugs is, with weed, with alcohol. I don't understand why people so fascinated by it. However, when you on probation, parole, or anything, you can't be around it. So just don't do it.
Just don't do it. That's
Just
simple as that.
It's
Don't.
just as simple as that. I mean,
Yeah.
you got stay free or take your ass back to jail. You got two choices: stay free or get caught and take your ass back in there. And again, like I said, just because you get booked in, don't mean you make it out.
That's right.
We see on the news all the time in Fulton County Jail. A lot of these cats don't make it home. You know what I'm saying? So why subject yourself to that?
Yeah.
So if I would have had paper, I don't know. Like, I don't do nothing. I still don't. I still stay inside the bounds of the law. So I would have did everything that I possibly could do. Call the probation officer. Be at every visit on time. You know what I'm saying? It's an addiction, but hey, look, boy, for me, I can't speak for nobody else. But for me, I don't want to go back. So I would have been able to curb whatever addiction. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's on the individual. I can't want it for you worse than you like want it for yourself. Like some people don't mind going in there. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I can't do it, man.
Bro, you don't miss them ramen soups and the macro packs and
I don't.
What?
I don't. No, I don't.
Make one of them bowls on Friday, you know, movie night, whatever that. You don't miss all that.
I don't. I didn't care about no movies. I was always on the gamble. I'm looking for the gamble.
Okay.
The poker table at shoot some dice, tone, chess, spades. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm looking to gamble on the Friday night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't miss none of that, man.
You know, the 5 years I was in federal prison, we didn't see not one rated R movie. You know, when they play movies, man, they all like PG-13, PG. We was, you know, they even have you in there watching, you know, cartoons. You know, man. I guess it's their way of, I don't know, man. I couldn't understand. You know,
a grown ass man. I need people to understand what you be giving up when you leave the street. You are a grown ass man getting told what to do. Go sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying? Wear these stripes. Count time. Yard call.
Yeah.
State down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You a grown ass man and you gotta live like this, man. That shit is degrading, man.
Degrading. Federal prison, 9 o'clock, lockdown every single night. I don't care. Saturday, Sunday, it didn't matter. You in the cell at 9 o'clock. And for a lot of guys, they in the bed because I mean, ain't nothing to do, really. You know what I mean? Only so many.
That's a good question, Miss Ann. You see Miss Ann's question. Did you ever do the sauce?
No.
Not me. I've had plenty of fights. When I first went in, I was really fighting. I was fighting in the county jail. I fought in diagnostics. The first prison I went to, I was doing some fighting. But then thank God I got sent to the only state prison in the state with education. So they had horticulture, they had small engine repairs, they had computer class. So once I started getting into those classes, I started removing myself from the trouble because I'm like, okay, if I'm enrolled in this class and the class is 3 months, then if I get to week 6 and get into a fight and have to go to the hole, I done lost all that. You know what I'm saying? So that was my motivation. But as far as have I ever been stabbed, shanked? No, I never did that. Nothing more than fights with me. And my whole time I was in the, when I tell you people think I be playing, I was in an open dormitory the entire 16 years, except for like 1 month. when I was at D. Ray James, when I first came into the system. And I made up my mind at that time, I couldn't be in the cell. I wasn't one of them cats. I didn't like being in the cell with another dude. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, they wasn't what I was on. They wasn't on what I was on. You know what I'm saying? So I spent all my time in the open dormitory, no matter what camp I went to. So it was, I just had to pass the time by gambling and sports and all this stuff and education, law library, things of that nature. But yeah, I never faced an assault. You know, I could fight. You know what I'm saying? I could fight a little bit. I lost some though. I ain't gonna lie. I lost some. Matter of fact, the last fight I had, I think I was like, oh man, that was probably like year on 16. That probably was like year 13 or something like that, 12 or 13, man. And I was much older than this dude, and I lost that fight. I didn't do it the way I wanted to do it. So to me, it was a loss, you know what I'm saying? And I took that L, and that was my last fight, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I'm getting too old for this. Because at that time I was like 35. I'm like, I'm too old to be fighting, you know what I'm saying? But I don't even know what we was fighting about, man. The crazy part about it, man. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Yeah,
on my end, to answer that question as well, I didn't have any problems, man. The prison that I went to, it was a medium.
One thing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, okay, my bad. I interrupted. Yeah, go ahead.
But my boy Chris Mora just came in here, and when I tell you, he can validate everything that I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because we started off together. You know what I'm saying? We started off together in the county jail. So this the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We went to we got on the bus and went to diagnosis together. I went down south to one prison, he went the other way, and prison number 3 or 4, boom, we back in the same prison together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, like he know what time it is. Yeah, he know what time it is. Yeah, he rolled it, and he got out probably about 7 or 8 years before I did. But guess what? And he ain't talked to nobody else. He kept it real with me the entire time. He always know where I was. I always know how to get in touch with him. You know what I'm saying? If I needed something, he'll send it in there. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So, yeah, he know. Yeah,
he know. Okay.
Yeah. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I just saw it in the comments too. Yeah, he said, "Bro, you forget some details here. You wasn't just gambling."
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. He said pharmacy. Yeah, we had a little something going on in there. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was still. Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was selling some phones and little we were doing some stuff.
Yeah. No, I didn't have no issues in prison. Fortunately, I was truly blessed, man. It was a medium. It was the one step above the pens. But the thing about this medium was a lot of guys who had spent time in pens wanted to be there because they didn't have to worry about the things that they had to worry about in the pen. You know, they didn't have to worry about going, into the shower with their boots on, because you just never know when something's about to jump off. They ain't have to worry about, carrying them tools, around with them, because it just wasn't that type of yard. Similar to kind of like what you're saying, there's a lot of educational program, a lot of programming going on, a lot of rec, football leagues, basketball leagues. You got people, they running gambling tables. You got people running stores. We got a factory, people making money. They out at the factory working all day. You got people, we had the old school iron, like you would, one of them California level workout yards, man, with all them old school, steel weights out there, man. And a lot of quite a bit of people love, that's how they enjoyed spending their time, was on, on the weight pile. So So when things got out of order on the yard, then it's the likelihood that the COs and the prison officials were going to shut down the yard and lock down everybody. Nobody wanted that because they had a lot of freedom, that people able to make money in a lot of different ways. So long story short, it's just a lot of order, and there was a lot of older guys there. The young guys didn't run the yard. They came in on some dumb stuff. There was somebody who the enforcer who was going to get them straight checked out, man, handle that business and put them in line and on how things really run. And if you, the only other reason you would have a problem if you was a sex offender, or as if you was a member, particularly the Mexicans, if you was a member of one of the gang, you was not a member of one of the gangs that were on the yard, because they're gonna tell you immediately, you gotta tell them folks you need to check in. You decide you ain't gonna check in, then they gonna stab you up and send you out that yard. But yeah, but I didn't see a lot of violence, period, while I was there. I did see some events, man, that we could talk about that maybe on one of our next episode, because when it did jump, it jumped hard.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it was some episode. I ain't say. Listen,
you gotta highlight this one.
I have not been assaulted. However, I've seen some assaults in there. Yeah, I've seen some blood in there. I've seen some assaults in there. So yeah, it is very dangerous. And for the most part, I was at I was at a couple of crazy camps, but for the most part, it was mostly minimum security camps where we go out on detail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't really, once I stopped, and I was on the BS when I first came in. But once I started getting that education, then once I got to my second prison, I was working on my case a lot, like doing a lot of law library stuff, and in there watching Black history and doing this and doing that. You know what I'm saying? By the time I got to the third camp where Chris was at, oh man, it was like you was free, bro. Like we was outside. Boy, Chris, let me tell you something. Chris had the detail officer in his hand. And whenever you want to come up here and talk about it, Chris, you welcome to come in now. I will send you the link and you can get your face right on up here and tell your own story. But that was the man. Because when I rolled in the camp, he was always there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was set up and he had the people in his hand and eating out his hand. And man, we did whatever we wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the alcohol, all the weed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Phones hadn't hit at that time. But if there would have been phones, we would have had them. You know
would
what
have
I'm
been
saying?
on that as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, the women can pull up on the detail and everything. Yeah, we had it like that.
Yeah.
That is a true story. Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah.
He tried to put it all on me. Chris was the motherfucking man in that bitch, bro. Like for real, don't let him fool you. Chris was the man, man. Yeah, Chris was the man in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
He said, "Don't let him fool you." All right.
He the one that got me set up in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was already running the camp when I got there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, don't let him fool you. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, what's up, man? Were you getting on, man? Defend yourself. What we doing? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let me see if he want to get it, because I got time today, Chris. You playing? Yeah, I got time today, son. Hit that link finna hit your phone. All you gotta do is click it. Yeah. That link just hit your phone. All you gotta do is click it. Yeah. And you get up here and tell your own story. I got time today.
He said, "Not today, fam." Okay, all right.
Okay, yeah, I feel you. Okay, all
right. That's good. All right, well.
Yeah, for sure. But,
we'll come back to that one. Yeah.
We're gonna get back in there. He gonna get on one day though.
But good question, Miss Ann. Good question on that. Yeah.
That was a real good question, yeah, because I kind of like some of these questions. I might have to, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I ain't gonna even lie. And one day I'm gonna give it to the people, man. I think that's what the people want.
Yeah, it's a trip, man. When you asked me today, you know, how long you been out, and I was like 2016. I was like, damn, it's been 9 years, you know, and it's crazy, you know, because at a certain point, you know, you start putting that stuff behind you because you're looking ahead. You're not looking back, you know. You're dealing
Mm,
with what you got in front of you now and what you're trying to accomplish tomorrow or next week, you know, next month, next year. And
mhm.
so yeah, so you know, when you asked me that, I was just blown away that it's been 9 years since I've been out, you know, and again, you know, those memories will always stay with you, but it's not like you just at this point, you know, I ain't spending a whole lot of time each and every day thinking about that stuff. I'm thinking about, you know,
The
what these
next
next
play,
moves, next
bag,
play, next play,
bag.
next
And
plays.
that's what I tell a lot of people, man. I don't think about prison. Like that was one of the things that it happened in my life,
Hmm.
and I can't worry about. I can't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I got to move on. I don't let that hold me back. You know what I'm saying? I don't let that hold me back, man. That was one of them things in my life that I had to just pick up the pieces and move on. Like I've been out for 11 years. I've been through a lot of ups and downs in 11 years, but guess what? I'm still rolling. I'm still going. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and I like those that
Me
advice.
support
Yeah,
system too, well.
yeah,
Me
yeah.
support system.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that advice you gave because one of the things that you do realize when you're in prison, you realize or you see at least a lot of people who come back. And that's always a trip, man. You know, because you know, there's a lot for a lot of people when you see they finally get their date comes, and you know you've been partners with them for you know however many years y'all been in there together, and you finally see them make that move, man, and get out. You know, you be happy for them. You know, be a lot of party. You know, little, you know, making up, cooking up them bowls. You know, send them out the right way, man, and it do, you know, it gets disappointed, man, when you see, you know, 3 months, 6 months, not even a year down the road, man, you know, homeboy pulling up, you know, looking all skinny and, you know, it's like, damn, bro, you know, like that quick, like, you know, you just, it just all, but, you know, so yeah, man. So you know, some people will tell you your stories, and you know, that's kind of what I got from a lot of the folks that I would talk to when if they ever felt comfortable sharing their stories, I would figure out how they went wrong, you know, and that was like in intel, that was data for me to, you know, insert like, okay, well, that's what they did. They, you know, they was, you know, kept it real enough with me to give me some game, you know, about, you know, how they slipped up, and all I gotta do is, you know, is take that game and do the, you know, 100-degree opposite, 180-degree opposite of that, you know. So and so that's why I kind of came up with the same strategy you came up with, man. I was just like, man, I'm gonna stay out the way, you know, I'm gonna stay all the way out the way. You know,
Mhm.
you know, there's no secrets because there ain't nothing I got to hide, you know.
Mhm.
And with the probation officer, because I was on paper 3 years, and you know, after the first 3, 6, maybe 9 months, they just looked at me, you know, every single time, like, bro, you know, he ain't nothing really to monitor here. So after about a year, man, my probation officer fall back because he got, you know, he got cases where, you know, he's monitoring active people. You know, they're making him, they're the type of people he's got to spend his time on, you know, monitoring and trying to figure out, not me. So
Right.
yeah, so after a year, man, I barely, you know, I always moved like I was still on probation because, you know, my thing is like the end was going to be the end to me, you know, and the end was not just being released from prison. The end was being off paper, period, you know.
Mhm.
And so when I got to that point, then I felt a little more comfortable. Still not, you know, I still monitor everything because it's just things that are built in me. You know, I don't just ride with anybody. You know, I got to know how they move, how they do things. You know, I mean, I don't, you know, I'm very intentional about where I go and where I'm at and just those types of things. So yeah, it's just a mindset I think that you develop, that just keeps you, keeps your probability of being, your probability high of that I'm not going to ever see the inside of no prison ever again. Yeah.
That's facts, man. Like,
Yeah.
hey, some for the ones that you good with going in and out of that thing. Hey, that's you. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your life. I can't do it though. Yeah, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't
No.
do it, man.
But yeah, man, what we got, man? You got anything else you want to bring up? We had
Um,
this. I got a few things, but I mean,
yeah,
I didn't. We just kind of freestyling right now.
but that's cool. I mean, I'm not in a rush, man. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm gonna go to work, get back to the house, and that's it. Start my weekend up, man.
Okay, I know we're an hour in, but I don't know. I'm gonna run this real quick just for anybody who hadn't seen it. It might not be of interest to everybody because this person, she is the former United States pardon attorney. This person is responsible. She was responsible under the Biden administration for handing out pardons for people who have done time in federal prison. And so her role was kind of like how Kim Kardashian advocated for what's her name, Marie Alice Johnson, how she, she found a person who, had been over sentenced 45 years, had already done 22 for a minor offense. This person needs to be pardoned. This person needs, some clemency. They need to be out of prison. So this is a job that this woman, her name is Liz Oyer,
Mm-hmm.
who were pardon worthy. And she was fired here recently because she said she refused Mel Gibson, the actor, his restoring his gun rights. So just want to play this clip if you'd be interested in checking that out.
Yeah. So when was his crime? When was it?
Mel Gibson?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they said he had some type of domestic violence charge, and as a result of it, it's been a while ago, over 10 years, I think. But yeah. Anyway, he's real good friends with Trump, and he wanted to get his gun rights back. He's feel like it's been long enough, and
Right.
she denied it, and she got fired. You was fired. Let's run it.
Justice Pardon Attorney, that's the senior government lawyer in charge of evaluating and processing petitions to be pardoned, was fired. Hardly any notice. First glance, it looked like there was probably a story there, and sure enough, there was. Here's the headline. DOJ official says she was fired after opposing the restoration of Mel Gibson's gun rights. The pardon attorney, Liz Oyer, said she was told, quote, Mel Gibson is a friend of the president, and that should be justification enough to restore his gun rights. When she didn't go along with the recommendation, she was fired. And joining me now is the former Department of Justice pardon attorney, Liz Oyer. Ms. Oyer, thank you very much for joining us. First, can I just ask you for people that have no idea what a pardon attorney is, can you just explain what your job was?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is a little understood position. The job of the pardon attorney is to make recommendations to the president about granting clemency to people who are deserving of second chances. And I know that we hear about pardons in the news, and they're usually the high profile ones and the controversial ones. Those are not the cases that I work on as the pardon attorney. The job of the pardon attorney is to ensure that all of those Americans who don't have access to the White House through the front door still have the opportunity to be considered in the clemency process. So that's my job, to make sure that those deserving Americans who don't have political access, don't have connections, aren't celebrities or wealthy, can still have access to the justice that clemency can provide.
And how long had you been doing that job?
I had that job for nearly 3 years. It would have been 3 years in April.
Now, tell me about what happened last week. When did the Mel Gibson issue first make its way to you?
I was tasked a few weeks ago with joining a working group in the department that brought together multiple offices within the Department of Justice in order to launch a process to broadly begin restoring gun rights to Americans who had lost their rights to possess a firearm because of a criminal conviction. This is a project that I understood was a priority for the Attorney General, and I was told that this project was going to be centered in the Office of the Pardon Attorney, which was an entirely new workflow for us, not something that we had ever done before.
And was it like just a bunch of people in a spreadsheet, or was it like, hey, here's Mel Gibson?
So I was told that we were working toward establishing a process that all Americans who were prohibited from possessing a firearm would have access to. And the initial request of my office was that we identify a group of candidates who we thought would be suitable for the Attorney General to grant this relief to in connection with making an announcement of the broader program. So what I did when given that assignment is I looked to the pool of individuals who had applied for presidential pardons and who my office had vetted for consideration of a presidential pardon. We extensively vet people before recommending them to the president for a pardon, because we know that one consequence of receiving a pardon is that you're able to legally purchase a firearm. So when we vet someone for a pardon, we conduct a full background investigation of the level that would be required to gain a top secret security clearance.
Was Mel Gibson one of those people that you had identified?
He was not. Mel Gibson has never applied for any type of relief through my office, but we were able to identify 95 ordinary Americans who had applied for pardons, who had been waiting years to be considered for that relief, and who have been extensively vetted. All of these folks had in common a number of things, including that their underlying crimes of conviction were nonviolent offenses. They were minor offenses. They were offenses that happened many, many years ago, in all cases 20 plus years ago. And these are all individuals who had demonstrated by interviews with neighbors and employers and family members and others who know them that they have been outstanding citizens since the time of their conviction. Mel Gibson was not among those individuals who we identified.
So how does Mel Gibson enter the workflow?
Do you have $20,000 or more in crypto? I'm an ex-Wall Street investment banker and CFA level 3. And
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow. And Mel Gibson, or anybody for that matter, you know what I'm saying? And see, this is one of the things that I'm gonna bring up, that I'm about to get on the forefront with. When people serve their time and they go in there and do their time, it's time to let the days. And see, a lot of people not realizing that Donald Trump going into office is very good in so many ways and on so many levels that most people would not even be able to understand. Because currently he is a convicted felon. No matter how you want to look at it, he is a convicted felon. He has 34 convictions as of right now. So he is going to look into changing all this stuff. I like what he's doing. He ain't really started doing what he's gonna do, but the fact that people do stuff, once you walk out of prison, you need to get a fresh start.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People get how do you expect society to change, that demographic of people in society to change, if you don't give them the same opportunities that everybody else got? They made a mistake. You made a mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you did something when you was 20 years old, you 40 now. You know what I'm saying? Let people have a fresh start, a real fresh start. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I'm looking forward to it. The days when Donald Trump and DJT, Elon Musk, whoever, holler at me. I got a
Yeah.
lot of ideas. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I
For
can
sure.
for sure help with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I might not can't help with Social Security and Medicaid and stuff like that. But when it comes to this criminal justice system and these laws, oh yeah, you can holler at me, but we can put together a team and all of us can head to Washington. And I could let you know exactly how to fix the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, man. Well stated, well stated. You know, what's interesting about her, she's a Harvard law she's an attorney, but she graduated from Harvard with a law degree. So you can tell she's very well spoken, very articulate, probably a high level thinking individual. But what was I'm glad you read through a lot of that. No diss from her personally. Like I said, getting a degree from law degree from Harvard is no short accomplishment. But she said a part in there where their way of determining whether you were worthy or not of getting your rights back was this to the same level of getting a security clearance with the federal government. They're interviewing your neighbors, they're interviewing your spouses, your children, parents. You gotta, I mean, they're doing a whole deep scrub just for you to have your gun rights back. And when I heard that, I was just like, she really thinks this process makes a lot of sense. And because she's so, she's such a thinker, in a way, it made sense to her. But bro, that's too much. That's too much. That's too damn much to have to take somebody through after they've, like you said, they've done their time, they paid the price, they're released, in some cases paid their restitution off paper. I mean, what else do you need to prove to anybody other than, you know, I, I ain't no crash dummy. I didn't get out here and the first day I was out, go back to robbing and stealing, day one. And here's
You
my other
have
piece
some
to that.
people that do though.
Yeah, yeah.
Do.
And the laws of justice are still there for them. So,
That's
so
true.
it's like, a lot of things here. Like, because one, if you get your gun rights back and you do something dumb again, guess what? Prison is still there for you, right? It's still there. You're gonna get you another charge with some more
You
time.
still can lose. Yeah, you still can lose your rights once again. You can lose your freedom once again. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're not realizing. What criminal says, "Oh, they say I can't have a gun, so I'm not gonna have one." It don't work like that. That's what these people gotta understand. It does not work like that. You know what I'm saying? So, once somebody gets out and serves their time, you got to give them a fresh start, because if not, they're hitting that revolving door.
Yeah.
They're hitting that revolving door. You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, all you got to do is look at the Constitution. All right. Now I'm a present this, but all you got to do is look at the Constitution. The 8th Amendment is what? Cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah.
You are sentencing people to a life sentence for one conviction. You get a felony conviction at 18 years old. If you don't get that felony conviction expunged, pardoned, or anything, and it's just there, that 18-year-old, now all of a sudden he's 50 and he just had a simple crime. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Cruel and unusual. It is unconstitutional to keep on holding people back for them convictions, especially when they better than 10 years ago. It is unconstitutional. And guess what? Y'all about to hear that again. I just gave a little bit of, but y'all gonna hear that again. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get it to the White House. It's going to the White House. I promise you.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you had the best way of stating that, man. Criminals don't look to get their gun rights back. They just get a gun and do and move how they move.
They
Real
give they
criminals.
gun rights
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. They give themselves the gun rights back, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They
So
don't-
yeah, so it is a completely wrong way of looking at this. I have talked to many people and people who are not even formally incarcerated, who are Second Amendment gun rights advocates, and I've talked to them to get their thoughts about, for people particularly who've been to prison, when should they get their gun rights back? Is it after they pay, they off paper, after they pay all their restitution? Is it 5 years after release? Is it 10 years after release? What is it? You know what a lot of those guys came back and said to me? They said, we think you should get it the day you released from prison.
I kind of agree with that.
And I said, is that for all charges, like murderers, sex offenders, bank robbers? What I mean, what are we talking about? They said everybody, because that's your constitutional right. And once you've done your time, you paid your debt to society, then you should get those back, those rights back. Now, again, if you do some more dumps, again, all this is just rinse and repeat after that in terms of the legal process, and but yeah, so I was really kind of stunned by that, that people who really believe in this issue, they believe that your gun rights should be restored, and all rights, your right to vote, your right to, I don't even, yeah.
Here's the thing. If you're trusted to get out of prison,
yeah,
you should be trusted to have all your rights back.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom line. If you're not on probation, parole, or something like that, once you finish your time, you should get your rights back. There are constitutional rights. You know what I'm saying? It is constitutional rights. That means there are inalienable rights that the people that started this country gave you. Essentially it comes from God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once you serve your time, it should be over. If you're not able to trust, because I'm gonna tell you, the federal government, which is a vetting process when it comes to getting your hazmat, when it comes to getting your TWIC card, like
yep,
you got your TWIC card.
Yeah, I got my TWIC, I got my hazmat. Yeah,
that's a federal clearance. So everybody can't just go in the port. You got to have a TWIC card that comes with a federal background check.
Yeah.
I can roll down the highway with 80,000 pounds of flammable materials, corrosives, explosives.
That's
you
right.
know what I'm saying? I can roll down that highway with 80,000 pounds. Why you can't trust me with a handgun?
That's right.
If the federal government say he's not dangerous, he can roll with all these chemicals down the highway, why can I not be trusted with a handgun?
That makes sense. I
don't get it.
Yeah.
If I ain't got to kick my shoes off because I got the TSA pre-check as well. You know what I'm saying? So I get through the airport. I don't be in them long lines, except for Atlanta. The line is long for everybody in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't got to kick off my shoes and do all them extra checks that the regular people go to. Because why? Because the federal government say I'm trustworthy enough to be able to get in the express lane. They know I'm not going to get on the plane with the stupidity. So why couldn't I be trusted with a handgun?
Yeah, and the thing, man, if you continue to suppress people like that, you're going to create more problems anyway.
You're creating failure.
It's like even with the job market. If you don't, I can't get a job, I can't vote, I can't find no place to stay. Like, what in the hell do you think you expect me to do? Like, but be a criminal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta give people the opportunity to get their life back, their lives back, because if you suppress all of that, you say you made that mistake one time, we're done with you for good. Like, kind of, monsters you really will start creating out here in these streets.
Right.
Society don't want that. It don't need that, man. You need a pathway for people to experience their rights and freedoms again. And then that's how you make, things overall better. But there's a comment right here. It says, I want you to highlight that if you can, or maybe address it. It said, I would have to say no repeat. Oh, you got it up. You already got it up. Yeah.
Okay.
What's your response to that?
I agree with that. I agree with that. If you keep running your ass in and out of prison, you know what I'm saying? Like 4-5 times you in and out of prison. Each time you go back, it should be a longer sentence. If you get 5 years this time and you get out, you ain't learned your lesson, go back for 15. Maybe you'll be old enough by the time you come out. The next time your mind will be right. You know what I'm saying? Repeat offenders, yeah, because they don't get it. Some people go in prison 1 or 2 times and they come out different people and they don't go back. That's cool, but you got some people that go in and out. I got a couple of acquaintances that in and out. Like I was in there for 16 years and I seen some of them dudes get in or out and out like 5 or 6 times on my bed. You know what I'm saying? So some people just don't get it and they keep going in and out until some of them have gotten life without parole.
Now, there's some data to support that the older, particularly with men, get, the less likely they are to go back to prison. The recidivism rate is much lower the older men get, and I think that age starts at around 35. They've done these surveys, so maybe to your point, Storm, that that definitely after age 35, even if you have more than one conviction, on your record after the age 35, there's less likelihood, and the data supports it. There's less likelihood. Maybe for the younger people, they've been doing some, 1 or 2 bids, and you're gonna have to wait till you're 35 before we give you those things right back once you get out. But there is a lot of data support that the older that you get, the less likely you are to do some stuff that's gonna get you back thrown in prison. For the most part. So yeah. So anyway, man, good stuff, man. Good stuff. I hope we can get this. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Definitely share big time.
Truck, man. It's just that simple, man. The more you watch our content, the faster we gonna do to get out of the truck. I just want to talk to y'all every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I want to pull up. I don't care if you was in damn Idaho. You know what I'm saying? I want to pull up, man. You know what? I'm about to come out there and holler at y'all for a week, man. We on the plane, man. We on the way. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah.
Get me out that truck, man. So
yeah.
So we, you know what I'm saying?
We can get us a studio in the A. Have us a studio here in OKC. Do some lives. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I got some good. I'm gonna drop this one, man. I had a concept, man. I've been meaning to run this by. I'm gonna run it publicly, man. It's called First Friday for Felons. It's the first Friday of every month. We jump on live. We get people to come on, talk about their stories, their success stories, just anything, man. Whoever got the best stories, we're gonna vote by committee in the chat. Whoever got the first success, the best story that the committee votes for, the audience, the people vote for, we're going to bless the Cash App with $500 on spot. That's when we get these numbers up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Would you be down for that, man? Does that sound like a...
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been running this around. I'm like, man, it's been in my spirit to do this for people.
Yeah,
but my pocketbook has said a little something different.
Right. Listen, that's why I know God gotta bless me with this money. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be a blessing to people.
Yeah, for
Got it.
sure.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I do want to be a blessing to people. So I know, I know it's coming. It's coming.
A lot of deserving people out here, man. A lot of deserving people. And it really, man, I said $500 is where it start, man. I wanted to run that number. We have a special episode, man, where we drop $5,000, man. Boom. On spot.
Boy,
Yeah.
We up through there. We doing that, boy. You know, boy, we is up through there, boy. The YouTube will be showing up popping.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, definitely the comments on the video itself, those help the algorithm. Also share it to anybody that you know, man, who needs some positivity, maybe formerly incarcerated. They don't have to be formerly incarcerated. Just people who just interested in understanding and knowing,
Yeah, it could be anybody. If you it could be somebody that's on that crash course, because some people don't get caught. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, just let them know. It's some people in this chat, and I'm telling you, it's some people on this channel in this chat, and that I'm associated with. Boy, we got a story for every situation.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, I just encourage people, man, to just think about what you do before you do it, because cameras are everywhere.
Yes, sir.
That's what deter everything. And a lot of times, if you're not afraid of the consequences, you're gonna commit the crime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid. I'm gonna tell you, look, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Y'all understand that? I'm scared. I'm not doing that. I'm not going back, man. That's the bottom line. Like, I've had all these ups and downs. You know how bad I need some money. But guess what? I ain't going back to the streets to get it. I promise you that. You over that, man.
Not doing that. Yeah, man. I know a lot of people on that time, man. They just said, no, man, can't do it, man. I'll just sit and suffer, man, and be patient and be extreme amount of patience, man. But I'm not going to make that move. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm talking to Chris and Ann. They don't think that 5 stacks is coming. That 5.
Who said? Oh, somebody hating us on us already? Okay. Oh, okay.
No, they talking about Trump.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chris has said if they get the 5 stacks, he'll donate towards what you were saying. You know.
All right, that's what's up, Chris. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah,
get ready to send that, Chris, because the 5 stacks coming. Believe
that's what's up. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for
if I got to walk to the White House from here to get it, I'm gonna make sure you get your 5 stack.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and if I win the jackpot, man, I'm blessing some hands now, and I'm gonna make it public too. Yeah, especially that Mega Millions.
Yeah, for sure, boy.
Yeah, I'm blessing some hands. Just know that. Yeah, stay locked in, because I play too. So
yeah. Hey, what you got anything on that? Because I ain't been following it too tough. Diddy and what's going on? You got a video or two?
Yeah, I got one on Sam Bankman-Fried. He's what was this story? Let me pull this up. I didn't know we was gonna get to that one, but he is known. He's known as the Bernie Madoff of crypto, man. FTX.
Boy, that's a mean dude.
Yeah. This dude's federal restitution was $11 billion. I'll repeat that. His federal restitution was 11 billion, or is, excuse me, he's still incarcerated. He's been in 2 years. Is $11 billion. How
much time he got?
He's got 25 years.
Good God Almighty.
Yeah. So, and again, man, I apologize because I got this that we was gonna talk about, but we were just kind of freestyling tonight. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
But so yeah, this guy is some people, he had parents that were both law professors, I believe. They went to Stanford. He grew up, he's a Jewish, American Jewish kid. His mind operates on a completely different level than most people. He's the, definition of square, I guess. I don't know. I hear a lot of terms, but maybe I don't know. There's a certain level of brilliance or just knowledge this guy had that was just not where you would find most people. But yeah, man, he caught a Fed case, man, and a lot of people ended up losing money behind it. Some of the charges, let's read here. Let me see here. Yeah, some of his charges. Jeez, man, I got all messed up with that mic stuff. Yeah. Let me see.
Long list of them.
Yeah, long list of charges, man. But some of its charges included wire fraud, commodities fraud, securities fraud, money laundering, and campaign finance laws. So yeah, man, he has one of the most notorious white crime cases in the United States of America. Only the likes of Bernie Madoff was anything. But this is him. He's actually, what's interesting about him, he's serving time in the same prison that Diddy is in. So, but let's run this little clip here and
Boy,
learn a little.
It's a lot of money in that prison, boy. That's the richest. Like, that's got to be the richest prison in the world. Good.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Man.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm in NBC Brooklyn, in a little side room.
How long have you been there?
I've been in prison for about what's it been now? It's been about 2 years.
So what's it like?
It's sort of dystopian. The fortunate thing, the place I'm in, I'm not in physical danger. And frankly, a lot of the staff, they're trying to be helpful. They're trying to, do what they can given the constraints. But no one wants to be in prison. And you can imagine what happens when you take sort of 40 people, all of whom have been at least charged with crimes, and lock them in a single room for years on end and throw out the key, which is the most trivial things become all that people have left to care about.
Yes. Have you had any problems?
Not of the sort of acute kind. Like, I haven't had, I haven't been attacked or anything like that. I've had a lot of logistical problems. And, the biggest, frankly, was when I was on trial, trying to get access to legal work was nearly impossible. I would, on a typical trial day, they'd wake me up at 4 a.m. I'd spend 5 hours in various buses, vans, and holding cells until my trial started in the morning. Then trial straight through to 5 p.m., another 4 hours in holding cells and vans. I'd get back at 9 p.m., way after any access to legal work was cut off for the day. So that was the biggest problem.
So what do you do all day when you're not on trial?
Well, it's a really good question because there's not a whole lot to do in prison. I read books. I've, started reading novels again. I play some chess, and I work on my legal case to the extent I can. There's appeal, there are other things. I do what work I can from in here on that, but the lack of other meaningful things to spend my time on is one of the most kind of soul-crushing things about prison.
I gotta say, we've never talked before, but obviously.
Okay. Boy, that's a strange looking dude right there, boy.
Yeah. He's an interesting character, man. And by the way, that was Tucker Carlson. He has a really big podcast. For those of you not familiar with him, he's conservative Republican, I believe. And but yeah, this is a long interview. He doesn't cover anything, totally interesting. It is interesting to hear him talk about his description of prison. I've never heard anybody use the word dystopian.
I gotta look
that one up myself.
I feel like you just called me stupid or something.
Man said it's dystopian.
Dang. Good. Okay, then.
His experience was your experience dystopian G Money? Jeez,
I tell you what, man, if people trusted that dude, they deserve what they got. If you put all your faith and trust and gave that dude all your money, listen, you asked for that one. You did. Yeah, you asked for that one. You did not. How could you not know you was about to get got? Man. And see that $11 billion fine, that's window dressing, man. Because here's the thing. They're never going to get that money. All right. They're not going to get that money. He's going to serve, if he lucky, serve 25 years, get through that. Once he is free from incarceration or probation or parole, the fine goes away. They have no way to recover that money. They got to get whatever they can get out of him while he is incarcerated on probation or parole. Yeah. So
yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah. That like I said, it's but you know, that's it's interesting, man, because to be honest with you, when I went to federal prison, you know, I was thinking it was gonna be a lot of guys like Diddy and you know the Sam Bankman-Fried. I mean, high level, you know, with these money, I mean, you know, hundreds of millions, billions of dollar things. And to be honest with you, man, there was none of that. Where the spot I went to, yeah, I mean, it was just a lot of bros, man, who got you know, gun charges, drug charges, a lot of gun charges. You know, I mean. A lot of gun and drug cases, brother. You know,
I already know, and that's half of the stuff that if a law changes, if they change a specific law, as in, you know, you got a lot of 922G cases in there, and a lot of those guys, not all of them, but a lot of those guys was carrying a firearm for self-defense.
Yeah.
And they got jammed. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not out here committing no crime with your firearm and you are free, you should not be in federal prison for 922G. And I think in the next year or two, all of that is about to change.
Really? Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, bro. Yeah, man. But that definitely wanted to drop that, man. You got anything else, man? Like I said, I've been enjoying the time, man. You know.
So that's it for me.
We can run these things 2, 3, 4 hours if you know.
A Saturday or Sunday be good for me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let's run it back, man. Let's run it back. Like I said, we got to get these numbers all the way up, man. Yeah,
they coming. All we gotta do is keep pressing posts.
That's right.
They're gonna run up.
That's right.
And I appreciate you tapping in, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man. The chat was live tonight, brother.
It was live tonight, man. If y'all just tuning in, man, make sure y'all follow my boy from Setbacks to Success on YouTube, man.
No doubt. I appreciate it.
Is in the description, man.
No doubt.
Show the love to the channels, man, and get us out the truck, man. I ask for one thing: a like, comment, and subscribe. It don't even cost you nothing to do that.
Yeah.
It don't cost you nothing to do that. But man, I appreciate you tapping in. We're gonna do it next Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
XconMedia, from Setbacks to Success.
No doubt.
And we appreciate you for tapping in.
XconMedia.